Hey guys, it is time for a cook with me for this week. So this week we're going to be making barbecue ribs in the slow cooker, but first we have to put some seasoning on them, get them in the oven, roast them for about 15 minutes per side. I've only got about 30 minutes before we have to leave for our vision appointment, so I'm going to grab an apron. We're going to get these ribs in the oven and then we'll get them in the slow cooker. Alright, our oven is preheated to 400 degrees. I've got 2 slabs of ribs in here. I'm going to put some gloves on my hands so that pull my sleeves up here, and we're going to get at this. So here's the plan. I'm going to peel the membrane off of the back. I should probably take my watch off. Peel the back of the membrane off of each pack of ribs. Let me grab a small knife for that. So what I'm going to do is kind of find a spot to just make a hole. I do want to try and leave as much of the sides and the bottom of the package in place as possible so that it holds the juice, and just cut where I need to cut here. So what you have to do with these is you're going to cut them into segments of 3 or 4 ribs so that they fit into your slow cooker. Alright, so to peel the membrane, you just want to find a spot where you can get under it. And sometimes I have to use a paper towel if it's super wet, so that I get a better grip on it. So once you get started, you just start peeling, and you keep going all the way down. Just like that. And come up here. All that this does is allows for the seasonings that we're going to rub on to go into the actual meat instead of being on this thin membrane layer. I don't even know what it's called. Somebody will correct me. You know what it's called, Coco? Okay. So she's going to participate in today's cook with me. And sometimes it's a little bit challenging to get it peeled off, but it's worth the extra effort to get it, especially if you're smoking or grilling outside. It really helps that flavor get into the meat better. And I'm not the best at this. My husband is usually the rock star at this part. So it may not get the whole membrane torn off of it this time, because it's me. Alright. I may have to call in reinforcements, and Coco, you don't have a thumb, so you can't help. Let's see if I can. Oh, there's progress. There's progress. I'll really be happy if I can just get this last. It's so slippery. If you have an aversion to touching meat and things like that, get someone else to do this part for you. Okay. And when you do this in the slow cooker, by removing some of this, it also helps reduce the amount of liquid that you end up with in the bottom of your slow cooker. Okay. I've not done too many of the St. Louis style ribs. We usually put baby backs in the smoker. So this is an interesting experience. We're just going to share this experience together. There we go. Oh, we're gonna cut that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go between two bones. So you'll see those bones there, and I'm gonna cut. And then this is gonna go on a parchment lined sheet, and we're gonna put seasoning on both sides of it here in a minute. I like to season the top side first, flip it over, season the bottom so that when it's in the oven, the juices go down towards this side first, and then when we flip them for the last 15 minutes. So I'm gonna get these cut up. And onto the cookie sheet. And hopefully I can get both of these onto one cookie sheet. That's gonna work. And scoot them all the way to the edge. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna get this second one done, and then we'll get these babies seasoned up.
Shooting me with words, but I won't let them bruise. Even though it hurts, I won't show it to you. 'Cause it will ricochet, I won't let it bite. I will look at you and tell you that I'm alright. Like a ricochet, it will come back to you. Let me tell you, not because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away. And even if you're trying to hurt me, my skin's getting thicker each day. I don't know how you fall asleep at night, knowing that your words are hurtful, it's just not right. No, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away. Like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet. I used to let it in, all the things you said. You try to turn me into somebody else, but it will ricochet, I won't let it bite. I will look at you and tell you that I'm alright. Like a ricochet, it will come back to you. Let me tell you, no, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away. And even if you're trying to hurt me, my skin's getting thicker each day. Don't know how you fall asleep at night, knowing that your words are hurtful, it's just not right. No, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away. Like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet.
All right, now that we've got them all on there, I'm gonna take some of our homemade barbecue seasoning rub. My husband makes this, so I can't even tell you everything that's in it. I'm going to sprinkle generously, and then I'm going to throw on some gloves and rub this in, and then we'll do the other side. I don't know the exact measurements, but I know that there's cumin and coriander and garlic and onion and paprika and cayenne, and I think I have to be married to him 20 years before he tells me everything else. The secret recipe. All right, let me throw a glove on. You gonna share your recipe? No?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, welcome to my life. All right. That one got a full 2-year-old head nod no out of it, like taking medicine kind of head nod. All right, as we've discussed before, one clean hand, one not clean hand when you're doing stuff like this, so that you can use the not clean hand for this part of things. And the clean hand for this part. And if you're not living with someone with a sodium restriction, I know that originally there is salt in this rub, but we make the kind without salt now because of my son, and it's still amazingly delicious. The recipe that I'm using for these slow cooker ribs, because again, I have never ever made ribs in the slow cooker, calls for you to do like a garlic and onion and salt and pepper on the ribs, maybe some paprika, I can't remember, but it was just a few seasonings, and I know that that will never, whoops, there we go, that will never do for this crew. So we are going to get all of this on, pat it all in, rub it all in, and oh, and it has brown sugar in it too, so definitely a lot of components. And that right there is what you want to see, where it's starting to stick to the meat. That's good stuff. All right, so here's the plan. We're going to get this into a 400-degree oven and do 15 minutes, and then we're going to flip them and do 15 more. And I'll see you guys back here. All right. Let's take these out. Ooh. Fog up my glasses. So this is what they look like after 15 minutes on each side. Now I'm going to layer these in the crock pot. I went ahead and put a little bit of barbecue sauce on the bottom. And I'm going to put the thicker pieces on the bottom. I don't know why I'm doing it. I just am. Between each layer, I'm going to squirt some barbecue sauce and just get these in. And I don't think they're all going to fit in my crock pot, but we'll see. There's a chance they may not. Or a chance that it's going to be a super tight fit. Let's see what we can do. If I can get these last two pieces in, we will shove that lid on. I think we're going to be okay. Now I'm going to save this pan right here so that at the end of the day, when they are done cooking, then I can take them out of the slow cooker and throw them under the broiler to make that sauce nice and sticky. But for now, I'm just going to get more sauce on. Oh. Alright, I'm going to save that last bit of sauce for when they go in the oven when they're done. Get the lid on it. And these are going to cook on low for about 7 hours. Show you guys how close they came to the lid here. I've got one little spot back here where it's actually touching the lid. The rest of it looks just fine. So we're going to let this go on low for 7 hours, and I'll see you guys back here when they're all done. Alright everybody, it has been a while. As you can see here, it's almost 7 o'clock, so we're right at that 8-hour mark. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crock pot insert out of that crock pot and set it here. We're going to put those pieces onto this cookie sheet that's parchment lined. I've got my broiler preheating, and we're going to get a little bit more sauce brushed on them and stick them under the broiler for a little bit. So let me get a pot holder or two. And let's see what we can do. They smell good. They look good. I'm going to set this in the sink. And turn my crock pot off. And I'm going to try. Oh, yeah. Let's see if you guys can even see that. Can y'all hear that sizzling? It's so good. Okay. Enough screwing around, Crystal. Okay. So I'm going to get, oh, they are like falling off the bone done. You guys see that? Let me just tell you how good this looks and smells. So I'm going to try to get these on here without breaking them apart. Of course, my husband has volunteered to taste test them for me. Our eye appointments took a little bit longer than we had planned, so we ended up not even getting lunch until around 4 o'clock, you guys. And I know that's not ideal, but that's life. And so nobody's really hungry right now, but I still need to get these finished off, and then they will be here. Uh-oh. We have an escapee. Well, I'm not sure who that belongs to, but it escaped. Let me get these onto this cookie sheet right here, her sheet pan. And oh my gosh, they are literally, I'm having to hold the bones in place with the tongs. All right, let me give this a zhoosh and make sure. Now, you could add a cornstarch slurry to this to thicken it up if you wanted to. I'm going to stick them in the broiler just like this for a few minutes, and then I'm going to baste on some more barbecue sauce, and I will show you guys that part just so that you see. What I'm going to do for now is put my insert back in my crock pot, and I'm going to get these into my broiler for just a few minutes. And then we will check them and probably baste on some barbecue sauce, because you want them nice and sticky. All right, guys, let's give that a couple of minutes, and then I'll bring you right back here. All right, our timer is about to go off. I've got my extra barbecue sauce ready. There it is. All right, let's get this out. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, would you look at that. All right, so we're gonna throw a nice layer of sauce on these yummy barbecue ribs, and then we're gonna stick them back in. This time I'm only gonna do about a minute or two, and then I'm gonna show you guys. I'm going to take one of these off, put it on a plate, and cut it open for you, which I probably won't even need a knife for it. I could probably just do it with a fork, but I have a knife just in case. And again, these are the St. Louis ribs. These are the ones that you saw me get in my Kroger haul, and they were ridiculously on sale. So one of the things that I try to do to keep dinners as budget friendly as possible is if I'm needing to purchase a main course, I look for whatever's on sale, and just like this, even if I don't have a plan for it, I'll look for a recipe and we'll use it as our new recipe that week. We do try to find at least one recipe to try a week, and it's not that we haven't done barbecue, because we certainly have and we love it, but we usually, my husband smokes it in the smoker outside, and we just haven't been able to find the time between baseball and work and everything else going on. We just haven't had the time to do a slow cook out there in the smoker, even though it's something everybody's been asking for. Hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, especially with my parents coming in, we'll find some time to do that. All right, so I'm going to get these thrown back in the oven, and then it's going back under the broiler. And we're just going to do about 2 minutes this time. So I will see you in 2 minutes. Did y'all ever watch that dating show where Chuck Ruler would be like, I'll see you in 2 and 2. So I'll see you in just a couple minutes. All right, we're just a few seconds away from that timer going off, but they look just about flippin' perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. You're going to hear my timer go off. Hang on. Woo-wee, mama. Oh, sweet Lord. Okay. So, to show you guys how they turned out, I'm just going to grab one of these here, put it on this plate, and we're going to cut this open. And like I said, I don't even think I really need a fork. I mean, look at that. It just peels perfectly off the bone. Next time I make this, I think I will definitely add some liquid smoke into the slow cooker. But I mean, look at this. You can just pull the bone right out. That's crazy. I mean, it does that on the smoker too. I just didn't expect it to happen on... Hey buddy, you're right in time.
Hello.
Do you want to be my taste tester?
Sure.
All right. These look so good.
They smell really good.
All right, let me see if I can get you a bite here now. Hot, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna blow on it for a bit.
Very, very hot. So I'm gonna let you have this, but you gotta hold it and go over by the sink and blow on it, okay?
Okay.
So anyways, guys, this, I mean, it's just literally falling off the bone. So that's exactly how we like our ribs anyway. That's one of the benefits you get when you slow cook them on the smoker. Is it good?
May I have another one, please?
You may have another one. So you get all of this delicious crusted meat, and it literally just cooked in, cooked in my slow cooker all day while we went and did our vision appointments. So I think this one's definitely a keeper for our family. It's definitely a win, and I hope that you guys will be adventurous and try a new recipe this week that you haven't had before, something for your family. And until the next video, guys, take care of yourselves, be well, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
That's good.
It is good. Alright, so remember how I was telling you guys I love to buy the Pioneer Woman stuff because even when something happens, it's easy to replace. This is my casualty of war today, guys. I lost my little measuring cup. So, yeah, this guy belonged to a little box set that came with a Black Friday deal a couple of years ago. And my quarter cup is now gone. No worries, though. I'll replace it eventually.
Here's what I like. Laying on the beach with sunlight in my eyes.